Hi guys, Rob here with Deluks Gaming, and welcome back to my Big Pharma series, episode 2. So we are on our way to finding a new ingredient. He's at 74%. And we are on our way to discovering two new pieces of equipment, the agglomerator and the ionizer. Now, both of these are going to help us, well, one of them at least is going to help us upgrade to the female contraceptive from the wart ingredient, which is awesome because it's at 105% and everybody needs a female contraceptive, of course. We won't get into all the reasons why, because that's weird. But, of course, it's a female contraceptive. Probably one of the most widely sold drugs in existence. And on that note, I just want to say that they've actually done really well at trying to... So, in other words, hypertension medication often will cure the patient, right? Whereas female contraceptive is just, it will never cure the patient. As far as I know, I mean, you never want somebody to be cured from contraception. Like, you don't want to actually, sterilize somebody. So if you, there's different traits of the different medications. In other words, curing warts is really bad. Curing somebody from having babies, that is a nightmare. That's a PR nightmare. But so they've made it so that the different ailments act differently and the different ingredients act differently. Okay, here we go. We've discovered a ingredient. We're gonna pause it here. Perfect. Oh, look at this. Oh, this one looks like it's a nightmare. Okay, so this is the isomerized Furvelli concentration. Isomerized Furvelli concentration. I'm going to pronounce everything. It's gonna be fun. Okay, and this one here, it's $47. It's quite expensive, but it can give us an antihistamine trait and can be upgraded with a dissolver. Oh, that's good. But it's got 3 side effects, which is pretty bad. Now, one of these side effects can be removed, and we're gonna do that this time because I think that's a really important example of, except, yikes, we're not gonna do that with this one. So what it's saying here is that in order to remove the causes constipation side effect, we would have to raise notice the pre-requirements here. We would have to raise the concentration of this chemical, which is currently at 1, to 13, and then hit it with an evaporator, and then bring it back down to the antihistamine level, which is 2 to 8. That's crazy. For us to do that for the antihistamine trait, probably not. Maybe with the upgraded to alleviates insomnia, because all of these side effects carry over even if you upgrade the drug. So you'll see as we go here. But what is there another one that we could remove? Cannot remove. Okay, so this one here we can also remove, but look at this. So we would have to have it at concentration 14, then hit it with an ionizer, which is expensive, and that would remove the prompt sleepiness. It's totally not worth it. It would cost us a fortune to do that. And right now we're only, like, our margins are razor thin as it stands right now. So yeah, look at this. The painkiller, we're only making $45. It would cost us like $150 to remove prompt sleepiness. Well, maybe not that much, but it would probably cost us like $40 or $50 to remove prompt sleepiness. And same with this one. Well, yeah, this one I don't think we can remove the causes headaches. And okay, so let's start working on our next. Before we go any further, we've got some research to look at too, but let's look at this one. So first things first, what can we go after? So we don't have to go after these in order. We could go after them in any order. The only ones we cannot go after are the ones we have not researched. We have not researched desert biome, and you have not researched the ice biome. So, or the Arctic biome. But we can go after any of these. It's just, this one requires like 5 explorers, 4 explorers, 3 explorers, and 2 explorers. So it makes more sense. Besides, this one has a catalyst, which we can actually use to upgrade our eases migraine into anti-seizure medication, although it's not in huge demand, so I'm not totally anxious for it. But on top of that, we also get whatever that ingredient contains too as well, which is something related to liver. So who knows? Let's send out 2 explorers. So now, if you leave your explorers idle, that's okay, because you actually they will actually do this kind of research to help you reduce the cost of your ingredients too as well. So that's not a terrible thing. See that little bar? It will gradually grow until you get points, and then you can use these points to upgrade your ingredients. So, because ingredients will eventually get really expensive because everybody's trying to use them to, of course, make medications. Now, in order to get this sting weevil, we have to send out 2 explorers, which means we have to hire another one, and we're going to send him out. There we go. And research. We discovered the agglomerator and the ionizer. So they are very similar to the evaporator or dissolver, except that they work 3 times as hard. So the evaporator will increase concentration by 1, agglomerator will increase concentration by 3. Dissolver increases concentration by 1, whereas the ionizer increases concentration by 3. The difference is the evaporator costs 10, so 3 times 10 is 30. The agglomerator costs 35, so it's actually more expensive to increase it by 3 with the agglomerator than the evaporator. However, in the same way that you can have your explorers just sit here and get and reduce the costs of your ingredients, you can actually have your science sit here and of course get these research points and upgrade your machines so that they cost less to use. So in other words, look here. So if we upgrade it by 1, we can actually reduce the cost from 35 to 32, which makes it far more viable. And then of course we can increase it even more, and it costs more progressively, costs more of these points to reduce the cost of the machine. So that is something to keep in mind while you're doing this. At the beginning though, the agglomerator isn't as good as the evaporator, but you can make it as good or better. So just so you know. Okay, so we have 2 scientists. Next, we're going to go for, I think we're going to start heading north because it gives us access to more machines, where south gives us more access to more traits as well as biomes. So we've got the sub-zero biome, the desert biome, as well as some reductions in building machines and stuff, which is all awesome, but it's not really going to help us in the immediate game. So basic auxiliary will open up their mixers, as well as the autoclave and the condenser, which are really awesome, but we'll talk about those later. We're going to go for auxiliary, and we're actually going to add another, we've got the money, let's add another scientist. And like I said, the reason we're doing that is so that we can get these research points, so that we can reduce the cost of the processing required for our ingredients. So here we go. Okay, now we are going to buy some new land, and we're just going to let this run because this 113 is not accurate because it hasn't taken into consideration our new explorer and our new scientist. All right, so we are still making money. As long as you're making money in this game, you're pretty good. I mean, really, can't complain. But let's look at our new ingredient. Actually, let's go to cures here. So it is it can be an antihistamine. Oh, pause. It can be an antihistamine. 109% demand on antihistamines. And look at the wave. So we're at the top of the wave right now. In other words, so at different times of the year, antihistamine is more valuable, and we are in the most valuable time of the year. So we need to get some of that produced like now, like totally immediately. And of course, we can upgrade that into becoming a insomnia drug or a sleep aid. So that's kind of cool. And we only need a dissolver for that, so that's kind of cool. We will probably take advantage of both of those traits, but let's build an antihistamine drug first. So let's go here. We're going to import our new, oh right, this one's got the 3, oh man, it's gonna be, well, it's not gonna be that bad for the antihistamine, so and I'll show you why here. So there it is, there's the antihistamine, and we need to increase its concentration by 1. Now if we increase its concentration by 1, it will add dry mouth, but not causes constipation, because causes constipation is between 3 and 11. But it will, so it'll narrow your pupils and cause dry mouth. But you know what? It's still probably going to make us money. So as long as it makes us money, if we overwork the drug, it probably won't make us money at this level. So there's no point in spending too much on trying to work the drug or work out. So in other words, we could technically try to remove the causes constipation, but that wouldn't do any good for this one anyway. And we can't remove the other two. So no matter what, because the range is the same for all of these, antihistamine will always have narrows pupils and dries mouth, and that's the same with our competitors too as well. They have access to the same drugs. Like I said, these are totally random what you start with, and you know, we can have an antihistamine drug in a different game that has totally different traits and totally different side effects too as well. So kind of cool. Anyway, so pill printer, away we go, and we're gonna add 2 of those, and we're gonna add our belts like so. I'm just holding down the button as I do that, holding down the button like so, and adding the 3-way. There we go. Whoops. I didn't mean to do that. All right, so now we can, oh, and 1 more belt. So it's entering the machine, and away we go. So enters the Forvelli, and it gets changed into an antihistamine, also adds dry mouth and narrows pupils. Like I said, later on, we can actually do some more research on this particular chemical to see where the optimum place is for antihistamine on this concentration level, and the worst place is for narrows pupils, dries mouth, and causes constipation. So you can actually optimize your drugs. Sometimes it's not worth optimizing your drugs, like I said, because it costs a lot of money to do all this extra processing. So you got to be careful with that. It's kind of a trap. Okay, so there we go. There's our new product. It is the Deluks Bund Punisher. What? It's an antihistamine. Whatever, I don't care. Okay, so, and he's also produced a headache punisher. What is this? So Barkley, oh, Barkley's behind the times. He's still working on, he did a migraine one finally. Well, there's lots of competition in the migraine market. So all of our drugs are around the C level, which is great. C, C++, or C plus is fantastic. Now you'll notice if your rating is higher, you do make more money on it. So a B class drug will make like an extra 20% drug value, which is spectacular. But you got to be careful that you're not healing everybody permanently, because if you heal everybody that has pain, then they're not going to need to buy your drug anymore, and you're actually working yourself out of business. So you got to be careful. So around the B, C or B is awesome. C plus to about B plus is fantastic because you're making extra money on the drug. And on top of that, you're not actually curing too many people permanently, although you may cure a few people here and there, not as many though. Demand for male contraception is growing. More women are starting to worry about the possible side effects of the long-term use of hormonal contraception. Male contraception is a much less invasive procedure, and many couples are demanding this approach be more readily available. I don't think we can build male contraception. I think male contraception constitutes as condoms. I don't know if I should say that, but condoms, I guess. But so in other words, going after, so basically this is a random event. These things happen all the time. Nope, wrong one. Cures. I want to go to cures. So in other words, going for the female contraceptive, that's going to start dropping. Because people are going, no, we don't want to use female contraceptive anymore. We want to go for something else. So that keep in mind. It's still pretty high right now. I don't know. I think we'll just let that run for a bit here. We'll just make a little bit more money. Now, of course, there's different ways to play this game. I could be going after the loan avenue of this and just stock up on loans and stock up and do a ton of research and stuff, but it's risky. It's really risky, and good business managers do not stock up on loans unless they need to. If there was something that we really thought that would produce a lot of money right away and we needed the money to put it all together, we would totally do it, but that's not necessary right now. Okay, so we're only making 92 bucks. Profit, which seems a little low. I'm actually quite surprised. We should be making more of that a day. I guess it's just we have a lot of research projects going on and we have a lot of exploration. I just didn't think we had quite that much, but that's okay. That's okay. This thing, yeah, whatever. That's fine. Okay, so I think we're going to expand. We're going to go to a new building. I like this one just because there's a lot of space in there and we could really do some fun stuff. Although I don't think we're going to be doing anything that dramatic quite yet. I think, oh, this one's got an extra slot. So you notice some of them have 3 entrances. Actually, that's quite handy. So I could actually use this one for researching a product or a chemical and finding out what its hidden traits are. In other words, its max strength and stuff. Once I get the analyzer, which is right here. Once I get the analyzer, I can actually start researching products, and all I do is I shove the ingredient in the analyzer, and it tells us what all the attributes are. So I can actually use that one spot for that, and I can also use this one. Let's see what's working and what's not. So the Ease's migraine drug is working really well. Now everybody's doing Ease's migraine, but I think let's take a look and see if the market can handle more of that, because if it can, we'll do more. Oh, female contraception has come down a little bit. See, it's starting to come down because of the random event, but it hasn't come down that much. We could go for it. I think we'll go for the female contraception. How far can it come down? Right? Oh, yeah, it's dangerous. Dangerous. Okay, so let's add this one, and that is the, let's see, that's the wort one. Okay, so we're gonna import this drug here, and this one can upgrade into becoming a female contraceptive. And so in order to change it, we have to raise its concentration to 13 to 15, and right now we're currently at 10. So there's a couple ways we can do that now. We now have the ionizer and the agglomerator. Now, like I said, it's a little bit more expensive to use these, but it takes up way less space. In other words, the agglomerator will raise the concentration by 3 in one go. Whereas I could do it the other way and use the evaporators, but that would take 3 of those to raise it to 3. It's not a bad, either way is not a terrible idea. But in this case, we're going to use the agglomerator just so that we show off some different equipment. So, and we'll add a belt to that. And like I said, it's always good to just wait because we don't know what's going to happen after this drug gets converted. So there it goes. Oh no, so there, yeah, okay. Now it's at the right concentration. Now we can convert it using the ionizer. Ionizer is the same thing except it decreases by 3. Okay, and we can attach that. I think we'll attach that like so. No, like so. That way we've got lots of room to do other stuff. So it's going to come out here. See how it changes? I love how they change the graphics of that. Okay, now the drug is changed entirely, and it is now a female contraceptive. And see how it changed the range? Like, we have to go down way further now to make that active, because right now it's inactive. It's active only between ranges 2 and 6. We can't get rid of causes headaches, but we could actually we could if we brought it down to strength 3, we could get rid of the causes headaches too. I don't know if it's worth it. I don't know. Maybe once we do some upgrades on these machines, it might be worth it. But I think for now, we will hit it with an ionizer again, because an ionizer will bring it down by 3. It's expensive, but, you know, whatever. We'll do it like that. That way we can see the in-between stage. And we are also going to hit it once more with a dissolver, which will bring it down one more time. Except we'll put the whoops. We're going to move the dissolver right here. It's double-click to move things, by the way, in case I didn't mention that. I think I did, but hard to say. I think we'll put it right here at our belts. Oh, actually, before we do that, and our pill printers. So everything here is still processing time 1. So we can still have 2 pill printers, or we still need 2 pill printers. Like so. And our belts. I'm that confident that it's going to work. I can finish building the machine. Now, because we have the agglomerator and 2 ionizers, which are very expensive machines, each one of these is $35 processing, plus a dissolver here, which is 10. So we're not going to make, I mean, this is a tier 2 product, but it's still, there's a lot of processing in between. So that's why we are, we'll look at the research here in a second. That's why we added an extra scientist so that we could start researching on making these machines a little bit more efficient. So there we are, female contraceptive, then it goes through the, yeah, see, there we go, perfect, just like that. And profit, we can make $114 each. And of course, that all depends on the market in the end, but there we go, $113 current profit. And we will call this the Deluxe Pea Shield. Awesome, okay, let's go take a look at that. Cool, we have, whoops, oh, that's our research. We'll go to that in a second. So we now have a female contraceptive that causes headaches. Now we might have to modify the process a little bit more to make it a little bit better, because we could actually remove that headaches trait off of it if necessary. Uh-oh, our antihistamine is now cure rating of E because it has 2 negatives on it. Oh, that's brutal. And once something gets down that low, you'll notice the drug value is minus 20%. That's not good. That's not good. We're actually we're not losing money, but we're making $16 per pill. That's terrible. But then these guys are probably, they're not even working on it. It's probably a good choice, but whatever. We can always repurpose the machines if necessary too as well. So this one looks great actually. Look at that. That's a nice big boost to our income. Very nice. Very nice. Okay, I think that was a good choice. Okay, let's go to our research. Because our auxiliary is done, we're actually going to add another scientist. There we go. And we're going to work on the analyzer and the multi-mixer. Yes, and we still have the extra scientist. It was only 1 scientist for the analyzer and 2 for the multi-mixer. Multi-mixer allows us to mix ingredients together. That's where it gets complicated. It starts to get really, really, really complicated. Here we go. So we are almost out of money, but look at that. Even with the extra scientists, we're still making $135. And we've got to keep our eye on the ball here because our goal is still to make money in this game, but we've already made $139,000. Pretty good, but we're pretty focused on expansion. Okay, so here we go, another ingredient. Look at all of the side effects. That's terrible. Like, this is totally random, and I'm just amazed. Like, that's 2 ingredients right away with lots of side effects. Look at that. I wonder if it has something to do with the difficulty level. It might. So this one will prevent gout. Okay, and it has causes fatigue, which we can remove that with an agglomerator. Oh, perfect. And actually that's oh no, that's 0 to 5. We can do it, but we'd have to manipulate it a lot. This one here, oh, same thing, remove with an agglomerator. So what's nice about that is we could remove these 2 with 1 agglomerator. We just have to get the concentration down to 5 to do that, which is expensive. We wouldn't do that for a gout medication, I don't think, but I don't know, we could try it. It's going to be just like our other one, our antihistamine. It's going to be terrible once we do, because we're just going to do the basic gout medication. It's going to be terrible, though, because it's going to have, at least it'll have 3. It'll have 3 different bad traits to it unless we really work it. Ugh, yuck. Okay, but you know what? Okay, research. Let's go to, okay, that's our analyzer. Okay, perfect. Well, that's done. We're going to go back here and we're going to pause it for a second. We're going to take a close look at the other part of this, which is a catalyst. This also has a catalyst attached to it. Now, that catalyst we can attach to... we won't pause it. That catalyst we can attach to our eases migraine drug to make an anti-seizure drug. Isn't that cool? And of course, any tier 3 drug makes a lot of money. Oh, look at this one. Different kind of catalyst, so for this one. Oh, alleviates erectile dysfunction. Oh, female contraception is down to 98%. I would love to do this one, but the catalyst, we don't have the catalyst for it. Ah, blast. Okay. Does that mean our explorers are back? Okay, so is there... there's the catalyst we're looking for. Okay, let's hire another explorer and send him out. Our costs are skyrocketing, but it's worth it. It's totally worth it. Okay, we're gonna buy this. We're not gonna use the analyzer right now. Oh, we can't afford it. Okay, so we're just gonna chill. We're just gonna chillax and let things chew on themselves. Female contraceptive is doing okay, even though the market's come down. The antihistamine is almost not worth it. It's almost time to remove the antihistamine from the market or make some changes to it and see if we can't improve it. I don't think we can. I don't think it's worth it. Let's just take a closer look at the ingredient. Not for just a basic antihistamine. If we want to do something else to it, like upgrade it into something else, maybe. But yeah, no. See, the only thing we could remove is causes constipation. That's not the one that's causing problems. The other two. This is a terrible ingredient. It's awful. Honestly, it's just terrible. Also, while we're waiting, we can... Oh, look, we've got some research points that we can actually apply to our... So we have two ionizers in use right now. We could actually do that. And of course, we're using pill printers everywhere. So let's do that. And of course, we've got an agglomerator working too as well. So that should increase our income because that reduces the processing cost on the floor here down to 32 instead of 35. And respectively 32, 35 for the agglomerator too. Agglomerator. I always pronounce it wrong. Okay. Just pause for a second. Okay, so let's take a look at... Oops, sorry, I just hit the microphone there. So let's take a look at Prevent Scout. I don't think we're going to work on Prevent Scout because there's too many side effects to it. But we could take a look at combats liver disease. Oh, look at antihistamine. Oh, that's why it was so low. Because, yeah, seasonal waves. So, yeah, antihistamine we were almost not making money on. It's actually going back up now because of the time of year. So, we're just going to hang it. We're just going to keep producing that one because it's going to go back up here. So, Prevent Gout. Let's go see what we can... We're not going to do Prevent Gout, but let's see if we can look at combat liver disease because that's at 102%. 102%. It requires a catalyst, but the medication also has a catalyst on that. We're going to show you how to use that right away. We're not going to have to do any mixing because it already has it included in the ingredients. So let's do that. We need to buy some property. Oh, okay. So we just need to wait. I guess I had it paused there. Whoops. Okay, so let's just speed it up a little bit and let's just take a look at our explorers. So they are on their way. Okay, so 19% there. So it's going to be a little bit of time. Our research is almost done for the multi-mixer. Not that that matters immediately, but actually we could, but it's expensive and it's complicated. I don't want to do that this episode. I think we'll work on the multi-mixer next episode, but I would like to show you a drug with a catalyst that doesn't require a multi-mixer, and we just need a little bit more money. I suppose we could take out a loan, but it's just a bad financial decision to take out a loan. So I think we'll just hang out and watch and see how things are running here. Yeah, the antihistamine is coming back up. Oh, there's our research. There's our multi-mixer. So we could start working on this. What I really want is the advanced processing. The autoclave and the cryogenic condenser are awesome, and they're required a lot for the tier 3 products. So I'm just kind of going to hold out for the shaker to be done, and then we'll do that. Oh, they're working on a pregnancy or a female contraceptive as well. Hopefully it's not as good as ours. There it is. Okay, so who knows? Oh, their eases migraine is a D. Ours is a C. Interesting. So we must be doing something a little bit different with our eases migraine medication. Interesting. Other than that, yeah, they look like they're doing pretty good. Her painkiller and remove warts are awesome. My painkiller is really good. Remove warts maybe not as good. I don't know. There's the other research. Okay, so and we should have enough money pretty quick here. Perfect. For scientists, we can go into the advanced processing and still have a scientist left over, which is great. Because we want to attach that to, do we want the evaporator? I think we're going to go for the pill machine because we're using that everywhere. That makes sense. Okay, so we've got enough money now to buy our new plot. Which one are we gonna buy? I think we'll do this one. No, we might need some room for this one because this one's going to be a little bit complicated because we are going to import this medication here, the gout medication, or the ingredient, acidic mabari bark quartz, and we're going to try and upgrade it into something fancy that combats liver disease. Medicorp bunged beater. Oh, which one is that? Oh, she's catching up. I think she was a little behind. Yeah, okay. So she's working on the same stuff. Now, hopefully, we can actually get ahead of the game here. Actually, we'll just keep everything running because we need the money right now. Usually I pause while I'm doing this. Okay, so we need to upgrade this. We need to bring the concentration down to at least 8 and then hit it with the dissolver. So we're going to do that the fastest way we know how. And that's with the ionizer. Now, we've got to be careful here that we don't remove the catalyst trait. If we remove the catalyst trait before we upgrade it, we won't be able to upgrade it to the combat liver disease because it needs that catalyst. That's a requirement. So we're going to bring it down to 8 using the ionizer because that reduces it by 3. So away we go. Just make sure that happens the way we expect. So sometimes it's good to do it step by step like this. Okay, so now we're down to 8. Now all we need to do is hit it with a dissolver, because see the prerequisites? See the little check mark behind the catalyst and the concentration? That means it's good to go. So now we can hit it with a dissolver, and then I don't know what to expect after that. I have no idea. I guess we're about to find out. And hopefully we can remove some of those negative traits too as well. That would be kind of cool. Okay, there we go. It is now combat liver disease, but we've got to go all the way back up. But while we're down here, we could get rid of these two, but I don't think it's necessary because we can actually bring it above the encourages anxiety and make it a consequence-free drug. Let's do that. Yeah, let's do that. We don't need to get rid of these two. It's a trap. So to get rid of cause fatigue and encourage anxiety, we could bring it down to 5. In other words, we could hit it again with 2 more dissolvers, bring it down to 5, and then hit it again with an agglomerator and remove both of those at the same time, and then bring it all the way back up, and it would cost a fortune without the right equipment. There's equipment that'll allow us to do that a little bit easier, but right now we don't have all of the right stuff. So I think all we're going to do is bring it all the way back up, which means we're just going to hit it with a lot of agglomerators. Yes. Good old agglomerator. Oh, we're broke. You know what? Do we spend the money on the loan? I think it'd be worth it. Oh, ingredient. We got a new ingredient. Let's go to the ingredients and start another exploration. You know what? We're gonna take it a loan. We're gonna do it. We don't need to, but we're gonna do it. 425. Oh, not 28%. 28% interest rate. It's a trap. Be careful. Watch out for that. Yes, it looks like a lot of money, but it'll go fast at your daily. So we'd be at negative 390, something like that. Actually less than that, 370. Like it would be a lot. We'd be total negative for a long time. I think we'll go with the smallest one here, just a $25,000 loan. It's going to cost us 73 bucks. It'll almost make us square every day right now. So, but I want the extra explorer, which means we'll go a little bit further in the black or in the red, but that's okay. We're gonna go for that, and we're gonna finish our production of this one, and hopefully we can pay back that loan early. That's always the goal, is to pay back your loans early. I just think getting this up now is a really good idea. And these agglomerator cost, how much do they cost? Hold on, $2,200. Yeah, they're pretty expensive. So let's get that up, and actually, I don't like where I put that one. Let's move that there. Let's move this one here. And let's attach the belts and see where we stand after that, because I'm not sure how far we have to go. So we're at 7, and we need to get to. Hold on, where do we need to get to? We need to get to 16. So we got a long way to go here. That puts us at. Hold on. That puts us at 13. So we still need 3 more. So actually, we're gonna go. We're gonna do more than 3 because I want to bypass both of these side effects. So we're gonna hit it with, we're gonna hit it with another agglomerator. At least 1 more. Yeah, we'll do it like That. And, whoops. And then, because that'll put us at 16. And at 16, I think we still need, we need 2 more. So it'd be too expensive. I'm not going to use an agglomerator because we don't need to go that high. At least we don't, it might be worthwhile, but we don't know if it's worthwhile without doing any more research on this particular product. I think we'll just use the evaporators to bring it up a little bit more. Like that. Because it'll only cost us 20 instead of 32 or whatever the research is at on that. Okay, so there we go. Attach that, and 2 pill machines because that's still, all of that stuff is still processing time 1. And attach that, attach 2 pill machines, and attach that. That's how confident I am that this is all gonna work. There we go, we bypassed both of those side effects. So now all it does is combat liver disease, which should give us a whole lot of money. Because it's even in demand right now too. Wait for it. Wait for it. Profit of... Oh, how come I can't see? Profit of 218, which is really good. And we will call this the Deluxe Liver Diseases. Perfect! And look at that! Awesome. And see, pretty complex line. Pretty complex line, but not as complex as we're going to get next episode. Next episode, we're going to start mixing our drugs, which is going to be super exciting. But look at that, no side effects, which means this could be a really, really good drug. Hopefully it's not too good and start curing liver disease. We just want to combat it. We just want to make you feel better. We don't actually want to combat it. Okay, guys, we're going to call that an episode, and I hope you're enjoying this. If you are, let me know. If you're not, let me know. I'm really loving it, so you know what? I think I'm probably going to play it anyway. Sorry, guys. I like the game that much. Okay, take care, guys.